What is going on, BenchWarmers? Welcome back to another episode. It's been a crazy weekend, a fearful weekend for some players, and for other players, other teams, it's been kind of a dreadful start. We'll get on into that in about a minute. Before we kick things off, Diego, where can they hear us?
They can hear us on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and Google Podcasts, and their favorite streaming platforms by searching BenchWarmers FC.
Josue, where can they watch us?
Really, you gonna put me on the spot like this?
Yeah, look, you're watching the games now, so I'm happy. I'm gonna get you involved now, man.
It's your favorite app.
With you, actually.
It's your favorite app.
YouTube. You guys can watch us on YouTube, BenchWarmers FC.
TV. Thank you.
There you go.
TV.
And Edgar, I know you love mentioning this. Where can they email us?
Shit, what is it? Bench at benchwarmersfc.com?
There you
Man,
go.
this is completely.
Does that still exist?
Botched,
I mean,
bro.
Disaster class.
I mean, it
Disaster
does.
class.
Disaster.
honest, dude, man, I'm stuck. All I get is junk mail. I deleted it from my phone.
Oh my god.
And Marco, where can they give us a like, a follow, comments? Let us know what they want to hear, if they want to join, and catch on our newest tech war content that we have going on.
Hey, on IG, Facebook, and Twitter by searching BenchWarmers FC.
Ooh, I like ooh.
Just bringing it back. Just reminding you guys.
But yeah, as I just mentioned, we do have a lot of tech ball content coming out. We were actually fortunately to be able to part of the first East Coast official tech ball tournaments. We had live content on Instagram, so make sure you guys follow us there so you can catch any future events and some new highlights coming out. So make sure you stay tuned for that because it was a pretty awesome event. And we hope to continue doing that further. I know this Friday we have a little collab working with, I believe it's Bella Tech, right?
Bella Tech.
Correct.
So make sure you stay tuned for that. And without further ado, let's kick it off for the Premier League action game week 10.
Dude,
What happened to your whistle?
man?
Yo, you need
Seriously.
the whistle, man.
Where's your
Oh,
whistle?
you know what?
There you go.
My microphone's acting up right now.
Isn't that part of refereeing classes to learn how to whistle?
Whoa.
No, part of refereeing
Yeah.
class is to have a whistle.
So they have some crazy ass whistles, man. Like some really expensive, like freaking electric whistles or some nonsense. It's pretty intense, man. So Edgar's reference to the fact that I am now officially a certified referee for the state of New Jersey, U.S. Soccer. So I haven't done my first game yet. So please don't apply me yet. I might completely screw it up the first game, man.
Regards to everybody.
If you want to win a championship, look us up on backpages.com under benchwarmers.
Don't worry, Eric. When that first game happens, we're all gonna be there to support you.
I'm not gonna tell you guys now.
We're gonna find out.
Actually,
We're gonna find out.
Josue, you know, from experience that I've heard from other people, usually like their first matches are like youth matches. And like most likely it'll be like a youth girls match. So I don't think anyone would want to expect you showing up at a U14 girls match like in the middle of nowhere cheering
Look,
on the referee.
No,
I want to show
you're
up
right.
and start screaming, "Arbitro culero, arbitro culero."
Yeah, bro. It's gonna be, now I'm gonna be on the receiving end of all the bullshit I've given reps. So we'll see.
There you go.
But so first game of the weekend was Crystal Palace versus Newcastle. That game ended 2-0 Newcastle's way. Now, we did just get some news. Diego mentioned earlier that Newcastle will not be playing this weekend because some staff members tested positive for COVID-19. So they are cleaning up the stadium, trying to make sure that there's no further outbreak going on there. But
There's actually first team members for Newcastle have also tested positive.
Oh wow!
And they've now been told to avoid the training grounds entirely. And it was rumored, but confirmed today, that they will postpone their match against Villa this weekend, which would have been Friday. It could be moved as soon as next week, but who knows?
We're already seeing. I know Arsenal fans, Liverpool fans, a lot of fans have felt the impact of losing players to COVID-19. So now you're missing the game, mixing up with other game weeks. You know, it's already a messed up schedule as it is. And I'm sure we'll get into that with this next game coming up between Brighton and Liverpool. And then 1-1. But I think this game, before we get into like the actual game itself, my biggest takeaway from this result was Klopp's post-game interview. Did you guys have a chance to see that?
Yes.
Yeah, my man got testy.
Mm-hmm.
I texted Edgar. I mean, dude, did you? And Edgar, I'll let you, speak for yourself. What was your thoughts on that?
Look, the truth is that he's making a point that a lot of pundits have agreed with. It's just that he chose the wrong place to say it. I think he had an agenda before he started talking, and he didn't make it very clear. So he's got a point. It's just the wrong place and the wrong time to do it. I mean, the reason that we tied wasn't because of injuries, and the reason Milner got hurt wasn't because he's been playing too much football. But there is a shout for him saying we should have gotten a later playtime. Why are we playing the earlier game? And then it comes down to money and politics and sold TV rights in the UK across the world. And there's a lot of other things that need to be mentioned, but it was just the wrong place to say it. And he tried to win an argument that he wasn't going to be winning with the question from the broadcaster.
So speaking of something else that you guys didn't win was this game 1-1. I know a couple of VAR disallowed goals once again.
They're not VAR disallowed goals. VAR didn't disallow them. 2 offsides and 1 was a penalty kick. It was decisions by the ref. Like at the end of the day, we all agree that if it's a hair, it's a hair, and that's offsides. Fine. And then the kick by Robertson, the only shout is that was it clear and obvious? I don't know. I mean, even Wilbeck wasn't jumping and crying about it. He's just like, all right, well, whatever. But VAR looked at it. They said, hey, ref, go check it out. And Robertson completely missed the ball and kicked Welbeck. I want to say that VAR is wrong, but it technically wasn't VAR that was wrong. It was the refs that made the choices, and we all agree that that's how they should ref. So it hurt, but we should have scored many more goals before that. So.
Well, speaking of scoring goals, looks like Diego, I know you got a kick out of this, as did I. Missed penalty. Want to talk quickly about
that? So this guy, I think the funniest part about this dude is that he was actively placing the ball for at least a good 2 minutes straight. Like he was just turning it around, placing it, picked it up, turned it around, placed it, picked it up. He did that two or three times, goes up, completely misses the goal. And I think at this point, the sentiment is that Mope totally fabricated that injury, because he goes down holding his left leg, his left knee, and then when the physio comes, he's pointing at his right calf. Two completely different things. I don't know if you guys picked up on that. And then not only does he not let the physio attend him, he just walks off. He doesn't give his team time to recover. And that was actually something to the credit of what Tim Howard was saying during the halftime analysis, was that was such a messed up move. That was childish, petulant. Why would you not give your team the time to get a sub ready? He didn't even let them get the sub ready with Trossard, who wasn't even warming up. He just walked off the pitch, went straight into the lockers, and they were without a player. They were at 10 men for almost 2.5 minutes. That could have really ruined the game for them. Obviously, it didn't have an effect in hindsight, but looking at it for what it was, that's just such a childish thing for a professional player to do, man. If you miss a penalty, fine. That sucks. You suck. You at least freaking hit the bar or something. But or let it get saved, hit it softly, but put it on target. There's a huge freaking goal in front of you. I think it just shows, for one, penalties are a lot harder than they look. And now we have players like Kevin De Bruyne missing them, like Mope missing them. And also, I think it just shows that you need to have the right mentality to play in a football club. And Neil Mope just doesn't have it.
Yeah, man. I think we all kind of trying to dislike this guy, especially with his on-field antics. Bad antics, you know what I'm saying? But the next team here we have here is Manchester City and Burnley. This one, I didn't pick up any Man City players because I was expecting like a Burnley kind of game, 5-0, Mars with the hat trick.
Right, and if anybody were to pick up Man City players, I don't think anybody would have picked up Mahrez anyway.
Right, that's what I'm saying, man. And it's whatever. The scoreline is 5-0, but I think Man City is gonna start. This is gonna be kind of like their springboard back into the Man City that we know of the past couple seasons, or just like
maybe not. I only say that because they're facing a Burnley side that's already having their struggles in relegation zone and all that kind of stuff. So, I mean, call it what it is. It could be a spring back, whatever, but I honestly don't see it because I would need to see enough against a good-sided top 10 team in order for them to call them, I guess, a top 4 team again. But Burnley side that's not doing so well, nah, I don't see it.
I agree with Josue too, because if you guys remember, Nick Pope was rolled out for this game last minute, and they had to put a Premier League debutant in Peacock Farrell in the sticks, and the poor kid just couldn't get anything right. Like there was a goal that luckily was rolled offside, but it was just such a bad mistake for him. Like he literally like swipes at the ball in the air and he ends up putting it into his own net. Like you could tell like he was ready for the challenge, but you have to be honest. Knees. Like against a team like City, like I would be shitting myself. I'd be nervous just debuting on that match. I think that's worth mentioning.
I just love the only noise I hear from Marco are his little giggles, like when something bad happens or something funny.
The description makes it funny.
He's enjoying the show.
I like it. I love it. As are we. So 5-0 to City's way. We'll see if this is a little springboard back into the Man City that we know again. The next result, this one I know Marco's gonna kick out of this because James is continuing to show why he is a 6 out of 10 player as they lose to Leeds 1-0.
Everton, what a BS game, man. What a BS game fantasy-wise. What a BS game league-wise. I honestly thought that they would be able to right the ship. They only had Digne missing from this match. I remember, who was it? It was a random Twitter account, but they focus on like football analysis, and they occasionally put up heat maps, and they made a joke about Richarlison's heat map looking like a blind mole just peeking up at any point of the freaking pitch because he was all over the place. Richarlison didn't do anything.
So I want to digress a couple episodes and
I think it was the last one.
My compliments that I gave Marco for saying Richarlison is a completely underrated player. I mean, I said overrated. He said he's properly rated. I think he's overrated, and Marco, the credit I gave you, I want to take it back because
you can't. You already said it. It's recorded. You can't. No, takes you back. You can't. I mean, bro, he is rated properly. I mean, if the team's not going to show anything, he can't. He's not overrated. He's not underrated to be the one to carry the team. If the team is there, he's going to perform. If the team's not there, he's not going to perform, and that's why he's properly rated. He's not going to do more than what the rest of his team is willing to do. If James is not going to show up for him, then he might not be able to do what he needs to do. If he doesn't show up, James might not be able to do what he needs to do. So I think that it's a team effort kind of thing. At least for Everton, it's a team effort.
Remember, the stat was that they had not lost the game when Richarlison was in the starting 11 and he played it.
And now the stat no longer exists. Or at least has a 1 on it.
No, the stat becomes total BS.
There you go. It's a bullshit stat now.
Those individual stats, man.
I fucking hate them, bro.
But up all the time, man. But yeah, Everton lose. Leeds. Now finally, I think they've been struggling with getting some results as of late. This is a big win for them, right? If I'm mistaken. We put them at the results recently.
I think it was, yeah. and it catapulted them.
Lost. Yeah. They draw
from a losing run.
Lost, drawn. Yeah. So this is a big result for them. We'll see if Bielsa kind of gets that momentum, use this game for the momentum going forward. But I wonder let me see who they have coming up next. I know they have Chelsea coming up next.
Tough one.
Yeah, good result to have, especially for a game like that coming up. So we shall see how that one turns out to be. The next game we have here was West Brom versus Sheffield. Chris Wilder, man, he's lost it. He's
definitely lost it.
He had that one season last season where they what were they again, like top 10 or something like that.
I think they finished 8th or 9th up there.
Yeah, and they were top half for the majority of the season as well.
They were fighting for a Champions League spot.
Top 6 for a long time of it.
Yeah, and I know Klopp also had to go at him too in that post-match interview. So I know he got a kick out of that result when he saw West Brom beat Sheffield United 1-0. I mean, not much to talk about there, but
it's a good result for West Brom, though. It's a good result. That way, they are out of relegation zone now. I think they were already before the game week started, but it definitely shows that promise for West Brom that they could, that they could be up there, but in safe position to not get relegated.
Yeah, it took them out of relegation zone briefly, but due to the result that we got yesterday, which we'll talk about later on, they're back in there again. But the next game that we have here, I mean, this was probably the most unexpected result. Not unexpected, but most unexpected player to put in this kind of performance, which was Edison Cavani, El Matador, as Diego referred him to on the Instagram post. Diego, 2-0 before the half, came back 3-2. What were your reactions throughout the game?
My reaction was I had messaged Gat about it in the before kickoff, and I had told him that it was probably going to end up 3-1 with Southampton scoring first on some ridiculous goal, and it was close. And by the time it was 2-0, I had a feeling that they could get one goal, but because of how badly Mason Greenwood was playing that game, I was like, man, if he stays on the pitch, I don't see us even coming back for a point. And to be honest with you guys, I was happy at the point when they had that 2-2. And I did not expect, or I'm not going to say I sat there expecting for the winner, for the 3-2 winner, because that was something that Cavani just pulled out from all his experience, his positioning, whatever. You look at the run, he waits for the ball and he goes straight in between the defenders and he makes a diagonal run to cut into Rashford's cross. That was all him. The scooping header, the entire technique. You see South Americans do that. You see Aguero do that consistently, where they just contort their body to adjust to the trajectory of the ball. Firmino has done it as well, where they anticipate the ball, and then he scored that goal. I think he pulled out for a win that honestly in the first half they didn't really deserve, because they played awful.
Bro, how does Cavani have more chemistry with these guys than all these guys have between each other? They've been playing together for years now. It's ridiculous what he did. I mean, he stepped on to just turn the game around. I was so upset. I saw the first half. I was watching the game with Layla, right? So we cleaned the house. I got a TV going, watching the games. I'm laughing my ass off. I'm like, fucking Southampton's doing it. Yeah, baby. And then James Ward-Prowse. Well, I said that. Layla we were putting on, decorating the Christmas tree, right? We're just doing our thing. And Ward-Prowse about to shoot. James Ward-Prowse. I'm like, babe, watch. This is going to be a goal. Just watch for 30 seconds. Guy puts the ball down. Fucking golazo, bro. Layla looked at me. She's like, how'd you know? I'm like, this guy's a beast. And De Gea gave him way too much space. The guy's a beast. After I saw that, I'm like, it's over. It's fucking over. They're going to win. And then
that's where you fucked it up.
When I celebrated, yeah, probably.
Yeah, for real. And to your point, that free kick was beautiful, and I think it was, regardless, the hell was not getting that. He did get hurt, I believe, off of that play.
His ego got hurt. He didn't get hurt. His ego got hurt.
Jose, I thought you wanted to jump in there real quick.
Yeah, Diego's giving too much credit to Cavani. I mean, I have to put it on those shoes that he brought out before getting onto the pitch. I don't know what he had in those shoes, it was all luck. He probably had a rabbit's foot stuffed in there or some shit, but it was all luck right there. But in the end, Cavani, he brought in the experience that United definitely needed, that Zlatan, you guys said, brought in for United a couple years back. So yeah, Cavani definitely was your savior. And I can understand why Edgar was celebrating and cheering on Southampton, because they are Liverpool B team. So I could see why he was watching that game.
We need a strike. We need a free kick taker.
That is not happening. You have Trent Alexander-Arnold. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's not that good actually. So, but it's not about Liverpool. Keep going.
So it looks like Cavani is he out of that panic buy category, or is he still kind of all right, he had a game, or Diego, do you think that this is going to be kind of a regular thing with him?
No. I think I have to stick by what I said. It's still a panic buy in that it made United look bad in the market, simply because how they handled it. He missed out the first match of the season because he had to quarantine because they didn't plan it out correctly. That just looks dumb. That's administrative work. You plan ahead for that. It's still a panic buy. whether or not Cavani has something to say about that, like that's obviously on him, and he has to take advantage of the minutes that he's put on in order to make a difference. This is a performance that I could say, and many could say, is a one-off. But again, I feel like Cavani is going to end up showing up in spurts, unfortunately, in spurts, where hopefully his interventions or his contributions to the team will be game winners, or will be goals, or assists that will change or turn around a scoreline. That's all I'm hoping for someone like Cavani. And to his merit, honestly, there were moments that both Rashford and Greenwood, I'm like, man, if they knew how to position themselves and make those runs like Cavani does to get into the box, they would be so much more effective. Like they're still young. I can admit that very easily. They're still young and they still have a lot to learn. They could pick that up from this guy, just watching him do that. And so hopefully, at least that's what I'm hoping that Cavani can bring to the team. Let it, like, scoreline aside, or his goals or assists for the season aside. Again, he was a freak. So there is no loss there. It's only what we can gain for him, and I'm hoping it could be good in the long run.
Yeah.
What did he sub in for?
He subbed in for Greenwood.
Now I know it's only Cavani's first big, huge break in the United side, but do you think this could be a call up for a starting role?
I think because Greenwood looked so poor, I think so, and I think the reason is that using a diamond, which is what Ole has been utilizing for the majority of his games now that he's been trying out, and it's worked well, because it gives Fred the ability to roam. It gives him the chance to play two more center midfielders with Bruno and Van de Beek together, and he doesn't lose the defensive cover if he adds on Matic as well. To have two strikers or two forwards, Greenwood isn't used to that position, and neither is Rashford, unfortunately. So it could just be his go-to. Now, the thing here that I do want to mention is he's in hot water for his Instagram post, which I'm sure you guys have seen. Yes. And I think that's something that I recognize not more than anyone. I recognize just as well as someone who can see that there's some sort of malice or malintent when a racial slur is used. But unfortunately, I am on the side of people who have the opinion that you can't apply your culture to everyone else's. Like, you can't apply the standards of your culture to someone foreign. And we all know here, at least, that what he posted when he said gracias to the person that had reposted him on Instagram, that was him addressing a friend. That wasn't him, calling out at someone because he was mad at them or because he wanted to insult them. You know what I mean? So right. Either way, right now, I'm not sure what's going to happen. There were rumored reports that he has to present himself to the FA and give them the explanation as to why he wrote what he wrote, and then they have the final say. I think they may want to do we're going to treat this blanket equally and give him a 3-match ban, which sucks. And unfortunately, there won't be anything to be done there.
Edgar?
For those who don't follow Manchester United players, what the fuck happened?
He reposted, I think it was someone that he knew from Uruguay, a friend of his, and he reposted it on his story, and then he wrote gracias, and he wrote gracias negrito with exclamation point in like big letters.
Yeah.
Seriously?
Yeah, but the thing is that for a lot of other people, it might sound weird, but for us, it's like, it's just a word of endearment.
Right.
Yeah.
So again, I would hope that they would use, I don't know, maybe a bit of sense in this case. But I also would understand completely if they're like, okay, well, we did it for one case, we have to do it for all. We can't make an exception, and then he gets screwed over. So yeah. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll see what happens with that. I mean, again, that's, I guess, the worst thing that happened for United this past weekend. But I'm sure he'll come back out of that. The next game we have here is Chelsea Spurs. Sort of a snooze fest, to be asking me.
That's where you are, right? At the bottom of the table, Diego, right? I'm going like that? Exactly.
I'm not going to say anything.
I mean, at least our forward scored.
Okay.
Speaking of scoring goals, I picked up Son and nothing was done there, but that bit me in the ass. So
Listen, nothing was done between any Spurs or Chelsea players. Okay.
Yeah,
Look, it has to be said right now. Everybody needs to prepare for when Spurs win the fucking title. And if it's gonna happen,
Stop it.
this
Stop.
is the
Stop
best
it. What's wrong with
season,
you?
best possibility that it can happen.
Do
Bro, fucking
This come from a Liverpool fan.
Pickford, Richarlison broke like 2 of our players in the first 2 weeks of the season, right? So that's done. Liverpool is like fucking on a knife's edge right now. Besides that, City are fucking 14. Chelsea, they have a shout. Leicester's fucking choking. Let's not even talk about them yet. And that leaves Tottenham on a season where all Mourinho has to do is sit back and put a bus in front of his goal.
Listen. I need to interrupt you. I need to interrupt you because it's only week 10, okay? It is only week 10. And I'm telling you right now, I told Erik and Marco and everybody else at the beginning of the season that asked me again if Tottenham can win the title. I told them to ask me again at week 10. This is week 10, and yes, they could definitely win the title.
Here
Wow.
it is.
All right?
It's coming
Wow.
out.
They can definitely
It's
win the
coming
title.
out.
Wow.
They can definitely win the title. And Ndombele is a masterclass in the midfield. He played very well. He got Spurs man of the match, not the game man of the match, but the Spurs man of the match. And just looking really solid. Yes, Mourinho put the brick wall against Chelsea, his former club, that he had huge success for. But we held them off away at Stamford Bridge. Yes, away games don't matter anymore, but
they are now. They are going
Yeah,
forward.
they will now.
They will now, yes. And, I was happy. I mean, I wasn't happy that there weren't any goals, but I was happy with the result. I had a feeling it was going to come out as a draw. I didn't know it was going to come out 0-0. But, it keeps us up top, tied on points with Liverpool, but, by goal differentials, that's it. And we have Liverpool coming up in a couple of weeks. So, I mean, I'm happy where we are right now.
Well, listen, as an Arsenal fan, I am very fearful because we are actually going to be playing each other this weekend coming up. So that's going to be a huge matchup
at the Tottenham Hotspur Stadium with fans.
The toilet?
Fans.
No away fans.
Marco, I wanna join you in that banter right now, but I feel like Banter FC is coming up right now.
Yeah.
So that result ended.
That's why I just threw it in there.
Chelsea versus Spurs. Now, before we get into the Arsenal Wolves game, I just want to say, Raul Jimenez had my prayers out for him, man, and hopefully he gets well soon. He did recently put a post out saying that he's recovering at the moment. But did you guys have a chance to see that collision head to head?
No, I haven't.
You haven't seen it?
No,
I haven't seen it.
I wasn't paying attention. I just saw them go on the floor. Bro, it happened in 2 seconds, and the replay they never did show the replay.
So
during the game. I was watching the game. I looked down, and when I look up, fucking both of them are on the ground.
Okay, so that didn't happen, but I mean, honestly, good thing they didn't see it because it was horrific, and you heard the clash of heads, even with the fan noises. He may have suffered a fractured skull, so that's scary. That's a career-ending injury right there. So hopefully, everything comes out good of that. But to get into the game itself. Oh man. Banter FC has came back, and unfortunately it's Arsenal right now, man. And it's bad. Like any questions you guys have, I don't know is gonna be my answer because I don't know what is going on. I know the biggest thing to take away from this weekend is Arteta. They're already Arsenal fans are asking for his head. Understandably so. I completely get it. Why wouldn't they?
But here's the thing, though, and I've talked to you about this on Xbox Live a couple of days ago, that it is not the coach's problem anymore because you see Emery doing poorly, Ljungberg when he was there for a couple of weeks doing poorly, Arteta doing poorly now. It is definitely the squad. It is definitely the squad that needs to be changed. I don't see how it's the coach's fault.
Yeah,
it could be his staff at the same time. I don't know.
He says he's happy with his backroom staff. Who knows what's going on really behind closed doors? I feel like there's a lot more going on than us as fans are being allowed to see that we're not seeing. And just a little, just to be clear right now, we're going over our time because we are at 30 seconds right now, so we're going to be over 30 minutes. Sorry about that. We'll keep it going. But yeah, I don't know what's going on, man. I think Arteta should still get at least until the end of the season. I mean, even saying that feels kind of harsh because he just got appointed. I think with the FA Cup win, he did buy himself at least some time. So the fact that fans are already out there asking for his head, I think is a little premature. Understandably so. Like, I get it. I mean, I understand why they're calling for his head. He's a brand new coach, you know, and then you get results like that we're getting right now. But not only are the results bad, the performances are even worse. Aubameyang's body language to me in that game was something to take note of. He did not look like he was like wanting to put in the effort. The Mesut Ozil effect has taken effect to Aubameyang 100%. Like he got that the signing bonus, he got that pay raise, and he has not shown up whatsoever. And listen, if he's not showing up, you need the other players to show up, and none of them are showing up either. I don't know, Marco. I know. We didn't talk much during the game. Like we
did it because Demi complained that we were talking about it because he was delayed. So we kind of didn't want to say anything. The one thing you did mention is like I want to see how Nelson does because I said that I like how Nelson plays. Now, what do you think? I mean, he was there. He tried.
I think our players aren't good enough right now. There's a handful of players that I'd want to build a team around at the moment. One of them being Gabriel, Tierney, Party. But other than that, man, Saka, of course, and Martinelli when he comes back. But other than that, everybody else is not doing it right now, man. They're just not showing. They're not proving to be a top 4 team. Even honestly, at this rate, we're a mid-table team the way we're playing right now. Completely 100% mid-table team. If somebody came to say Arsenal are not Champions League or Europa League quality, I would agree with you guys 100%. Like we aren't there until we start seeing some significant changes in game. I don't see it happening because there's no attacking threat. I found a stat, a heat map kind of thing of how Arsenal attack. I can't find it right now, but it's pretty much Aubameyang completely by himself up top with a huge gap in the middle and just overloads on the wings. Our midfield is non-existent. Shotgun Ceballos, God no, please, and I can't see it anymore. Without Party, there's no midfield there whatsoever, and that's sad because in the beginning of the season, I thought we had a good chance. I thought we had depth, but it's. I think that FA Cup win, the Community Shield win, was false hope that was given to us, and all those good performances.
What's changed?
I don't know. I don't know. I don't get it. We look so good against Man City, so good against Chelsea, so good against Liverpool, and then I don't know what went bad so fast. I don't know. I have no idea. And
also being home
for real, but like, I don't. And people are saying that Arteta has already lost the team, but I can't really believe that when the reason why Aubameyang stayed was because of him, but not even he's not performing. So there's a lack of quality in the team, in my opinion, until we get that midfield of problem fixed and start getting something more creative out of the middle of the park because we don't have any creative players right now, unfortunately. And honestly, who knows if Ozil will make us better? I don't know. Maybe he will. I would think he would, but we don't know that. We'll see. Hopefully January when that time comes. But
can I make a quick observation? Your current coach is the assistant coach to Pep Guardiola. Pep Guardiola is in 11th place with 15 points. I mean, maybe it's a style of football. Maybe it's what he's trying to implement on the field. It's something that's already been figured out against Man City. Arsenal's just trying to do it with a worse set of players.
Well, that could very well be it. That was something that crossed my mind. So I don't think that's far-fetched. But we'll see. I think his inexperience is starting to show as a coach that he can't find a solution. And he hasn't found it for the past 4 games. So this weekend against Spurs is huge.
That's big.
Huge match. For both Spurs and Arsenal. But I think bigger for Arsenal to kind of make a claim that, hey, we're not done yet. We still have, something to show you guys. But as of right now, the way we're playing, I'm so scared. Oh my fuck. Oh God, Marco, clip that because if we win this weekend, I'm gonna throw this back in the place.
Bro, you read
Go
my
ahead.
mind, dude. You
Go
read
ahead.
my fucking mind.
So Arsenal lose 2-1. I mean, great goals from Wolves too. Neto and Podence with a beautiful little chip over Leno to get that second goal in. It was a great performance from them overall.
Real quick. Did you hear what Holding said when he knocked over Traore? Bro,
Yeah, he
that
knocked
was
him-
hilarious.
So
He's
Traore-
built like a fucking brick house.
yeah,
Shit house.
yeah. So
Brick shit house.
Obviously, Traore fell down like a piece of paper. Like I mean, I get why he was saying that because he fell over so easily. And he's building a fucking shit house. It was fucking hilarious. I found that was
Highlight.
yeah, highlight for real. Oh yeah, and one thing I want to say is the Premier League is so poor with concussion protocol, which kind of surprises me for
Yes.
so big. You
A lot
know?
of people were saying that David Luiz should not have been allowed to continue
Hell
the
no.
game either.
And I'm not trying to troll right now. I'm not trying to crack on David Luiz, but dude, he looked questionable. Very, very questionable. I know he has his moments in the past where he's done a lot of fuck ups, but one, you just had a crazy head-to-head collision with Jimenez, which fractured his skull. You're bleeding nonstop. Your headband's matching Leno's jersey.
He could have been concussed.
You could have been concussed, and he mentally, how do you stay in the game after you just kind of had that incident with another player? Like,
Yeah.
I think that was a horrible move to keep him on the field. Dangerous as well. I did read an update today. He seems to be doing fine. No concussion side effects yet, but we do know concussions do develop over time. So hopefully nothing continues from there. But again, prayers out to Jimenez.
I'm a victim.
A lot of things, bro. Leicester City and Fulham was the next result. Next game that was a Monday night.
What a
Diego-
stinker, dude.
Bro, kudos to
Diego
Fulham, bro.
backstabbed me and told me to Captain Vardy, and then this happened.
Hey, you did not
I'm
read.
on
You
that same
did.
bus with
You
you.
did not read the whatchamacallit, so we can blame you this week. You did not read it this weekend, so
No
we can blame
way.
it on you.
But
I will not take
skimmed
any
through it.
blame
I
for
skimmed
that.
through it.
did you guys see Scott Parker's reaction when he finally scored a penalty? Yeah, he was so happy. Like finally, he
He's
scored.
still going to be the first coach to be fired.
I mean, we'll see. Arteta's fucking being called upon already, but yeah, no. I mean, to your point, this is Fulham's
First win. Second
is
win.
it? Yeah,
Second win.
because this result, ironically enough, as how poor they've been playing, actually got them out of relegation zone.
Right.
Yes.
It's about time.
They're 17th now.
So that put West Brom back down there, and Leicester, for all the praise we've been giving them earlier on, and Brendan Rodgers doing the bits with them. This was a bad game. This was a pretty sad game to lose against Fulham.
It's good. It's good. Especially it gives us a little bit less pressure from other teams, from other opponents now. Now it's mostly like Liverpool and Chelsea up there. But, anything can happen. Still early.
Yeah. It's still early on in the season. So, again, only game week 10. Leicester lose 2-1. Any takeaways from this game, guys?
No, just Vardy disappointing, really.
I know.
Really thought they could have they had something else in the back pocket to try to pounce on Fulham and their poor defensive record, but I guess it just wasn't the day. And at least they lost. Like, I would have been more upset if they had tied and then there was no sort of answer. I think Scott Parker deserved that one because his players definitely worked hard, and now they're temporarily out of relegation. So it's something that all the credit goes to Fulham.
Yeah, good game of Fulham finally getting the dub and getting out of relegation zone. The next game was a VAR disaster class yet again, where offsides were being called off by the sleeve lengths of defenders and attackers. This is what it's come down to.
Dude, man, it happened at Liverpool's expense. I don't know what other teams it happened to, but I know it happened to Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But regardless, I watched the game. What a fucking banger of a game, dude.
It was a good
banger of a fucking game. I watched every second of it. West Ham goes ahead and scores in the first 30 seconds, or like basically within the first 5 minutes of each half, putting them up like by 2 goals, right? And then Aston Villa, it's Grealish Villa. That's what it is.
He's so
Grealish
good,
Villa,
man.
because
so
he
good.
is a monstro, dude. Everything goes through him, and it happens everywhere on the field. He picks it up in his own half, brings it up. He picks it up on the left. He picks it up on the right. He picks it up on the left, moves in towards the right, shoots. Picks it up on the right, moves in towards the left and shoots. Sets it up for people. Does everything. Draws the fouls, takes the free kicks, takes the direct shots, scores the goals. I don't know what else the guy can do. Besides standing in goal and actually stopping the penalty.
I was about to say that.
That's it.
I bet you he'll do that too.
Yeah, Edgar sounds like he's in love.
I am. I would love him if he wasn't such a fucking crazy person off the field. Like he's got like I think personality issues and leadership like issues from before. Off the field antics are bad, but on the field antics they might be worth it, dude. They might be.
Yeah, he was involved in like another car accident or another car fine or something like that recently, and he already had one during like early quarantine in like March, April.
Look, if there's anything that we could take away from the recent news of Maradona, again, which is unfortunate, is that soccer players are human beings at the end of the day.
True.
Yep.
He deserves a life offside the pitch. As long as he performs on the pitch, I think he deserves a shout every day of the week. This guy is a fucking baller. Hands down.
Dude, and he's like one of those classic, he's not Spanish, obviously, but you know those Spanish guys that go to the soccer field where they have the shin guards that are about this big, and their fucking like calves are like this long and shins and shit, right? And he's got his socks all the way down. It looks like he's not playing with shin guards. But then he starts pulling off the crazy moves. Man, he took out 3 guys in one fucking move. It was filth. Absolute filth.
This guy is a monster, man. He's a monster. And I think his release clause actually went up with the most recent
I think it's like 100 mil. So
yeah.
it's fun.
So how about throwing a 50 mil plus 2 players to get Grealish to Arsenal?
All right, who would you throw in?
Well, Salah is not on our team, unfortunately, so
Mustafi.
I can't throw him in there. Mustafi's going to Barcelona, apparently. So
that's right.
Kind of weird. Yeah, Edgar. Yeah.
2020.
2020 for you, bro. I'd say Shaka and I mean, I don't think they'll take him, but
get rid of him. That'd be a perfect opportunity.
Realistically, I would give.
They won't take him. They won't give up Grealish for those 2 players.
Yeah, no, hell no, they wouldn't. Grealish is too much of an asset to bring somebody in. Yeah, so I would say somebody young that they would actually want to listen. If Arsenal ever do watch this, man, like I would say, honestly, bro, give him Shaka, maybe Willock, maybe Nelson. Like,
nope, none of those guys.
No, they won't. No, they won't. But I'm just saying, like, they was asking who would I would give up. I'd give up those guys.
Your entire squad for Grealish. How about that?
What if you gave him? What if you gave him an improved bid of 60 mil plus Shaka and Saka?
No. I'm keeping Saka.
No, you keep Saka.
Hey, they want a ball progressor. They want someone who could at least do the dirty work on the wings. He may not be able to do it everywhere on the pitch, but at least give
Nelson
us a right-sided player that'll help us advance the ball.
Nah, man. I
not for Grealish.
Nah. Saka to me is a precious asset to keep right now.
Diego, I hate to do this to Marco and Eric, but why would Grealish want to go to a team that's lower on the table than Aston Villa?
Hey, man, it is what it is, bro.
Listen, man. I just remember I got a meme once about the iPhone 12 Pro Max having a long enough screen.
Thank you, Marco.
What'd I do? You're the one that brought it up.
You sent it.
Like that.
You're the one that. Oh, yeah, that's right.
He's blaming me for something I didn't even do. Come on, no. See, now look. Now you're turning Arsenal fans against each other, you guys.
For real, yo.
I mean, it's already happening. Anyway.
Listen, guys, you guys gotta stay together because the team isn't right now. You guys have to at least stay together. Man.
Yeah, no. Listen, my support is undying. You'll always be there. It just sucks right now. But Aston Villa, West Ham. West Ham won at home again. A VAR disaster class, in my opinion, at the very end with those sleeves offsides. They gotta fix that up. Once you draw the lines out, I think it shouldn't be clear.
Not clear and obvious. Don't call it.
That's ridiculous. But that ends up the week 10 for Premier League. The table is currently looking like Tottenham, Liverpool tied at 21 points, Chelsea with 19, Leicester with 18, West Ham in 5th, Southampton after the loss in 6th, Wolves, Everton, and United and Aston Villa. That's your top 10. Arsenal are nowhere to be seen. Hopefully that will change this weekend. But aside from that, I think that's it, boys. Good?
We went over. How much did we go over?
45 minutes or less?
Yeah, it is what it is.
Sounds like a pizza delivery.
Well, that being said, we are the BenchWarmers, the bench with the voice, where the bench is always warm.
Peace, everyone.